So I got some tickets to PSG versus Lille. Took a red-eye flight to Paris. Left at 10 p.m. on the Thursday, arrived at 11 a.m. the next day, same day as the match. So, just absolutely chucking it down. Had to get some sleep. And I'm dehydrated. So even considering the fact that we arrived at the Parc Des Princes about an hour early, we were still greeted by this. So about an hour of standing back to back, or I guess front to back to everyone. So we still got here an hour early and it took us forever, so I barely even had a chance to look at the lineups. I know that Mbappe is not starting. I know that Verratti is not in there. Donnarumma gets the start, but Messi, Neymar, Di Maria in the attack is pretty tasty. Stupid boy running into the stadium completely forgot to even speak about their Lille lineup. But obviously, I was excited to see my boy Renato Sanches play, Benfica represent, and of course, Jonathan David, more on him later, my fellow Canadian. I just broke the sound barrier running up those stairs, but we're here finally. Jonathan David with the goal, you knew it was coming as well. Lille have been picking them apart every time they go forward. PSG far too static, far too slow in their movement, terrible in transition as well. Get a Messi special here. Oh my. Halftime from under the stairs, but man, I knew that PSG was tough to watch because that's something that I've sort of brought up many times throughout this season, is that there's a disconnect between the defense and the attack, and seeing it live, seeing how static the team is, there's no movement. There's zero movement. When they have the ball in defense, nothing is happening with the front line. The midfield's barely coming short to offer any sort of help. And that's why we're seeing so many times that they're just passing it around without any sort of idea of what they're doing in defense, and they end up making mistakes like the one that almost led to Parc Des having an opportunity, but he was offside. You compare that to Lille and what's going on with them. Renato Sanches is constantly switching play. Jonathan David is playing off of the shoulders of the defenders, constantly looking to get in behind, and you just don't get that with a Neymar, with a Messi, with a Di Maria. It's not happening. You can see the massive hole that Kylian Mbappe is leaving in this attack currently, because again, it's hard to watch. It's difficult to watch. And let's remember, this is the Lille side that lost Galtier and has had a very difficult time adjusting to this season. But I mean, they're looking like the superior squad by far out there. And this is a PSG side with Neymar, Di Maria, and Messi in the attack. Messi off for Kardashian. So it's more of the same from PSG in this half. Pochettino's opted to switch out both of his fullbacks to try and get their attack moving because it's still too slow. It's still too static. There's nothing going on. They're taking pot shots. Dagba and Nuno Mendes are probably PSG's best attack of the night. Why? Because they had urgency. Ball quickly down the left flank back into Icardi, and he put it over the bar. But this is what Lille's been doing to them all night, just being direct, attacking quickly. PSG finally starting to wake up and do the same. What a day. I'm working off of like, I think in total, maybe 3 hours sleep in the last 24 hours or so. But nothing to get your blood pumping like a last minute winner like that from PSG. Angel Di Maria, what a match he had. In that first half, he was the only one. He was the only one of that front three that looked like they were going to do anything in this match. Messi, granted, he did come into this match with a bit of an injury. He was a bit of a doubt coming into it, and him only playing the 45 minutes. Neymar, he was looking clueless out there in the first half. I'll give it to him in the second half. He looked much better, but he was still doing these things where he was just laborious in his dribbling, which isn't something that you'd really associate with Neymar. He was lingering on the ball for too long. He would lose the ball very easily in some cases. But Angel Di Maria, I mean, he just changed the game in that second half. Icardi, he did provide a little bit more of something to think about for the Lille back line, but it was all Di Maria, as you guys would have seen, of course. Getting the assist from Marquinhos, getting the goal to win it. Great little pass, by the way, from Neymar to set him up for it. So overall, it was a great game. It was a great experience. It was tough getting into the stadium. Very, very difficult. The Parc Des Princes is quite nice, actually. For me, it's sort of like the perfect size stadium. I think it's like a 47,000 capacity stadium. So great number. It feels intimate, but there's still a lot of noise. The Ultras were incredible that entire time. Lille, I absolutely have to give them some credit because they actually looked like the team that was the most interested and the most effective in the attack for a lot of it. They were so direct. As soon as they got the ball, it was either ball forward to Yilmaz to try and flick it on to David. It was either right to Renato Sanchez, and he would try and play it through. They were just really trying to push against that back line, that PSG back line, and it was working. They were getting opportunities, and it took PSG maybe 60, 70 minutes for them to sort of emulate that, to play a little bit more direct as well, because before they would just take all the pace out of their attack. Whether it was Neymar just sort of on the ball, slowly coming inside, whether it was Angel Di Maria doing the same thing, slowly drifting inside, getting some passing going. Messi, same thing. With Thilo Kehrer pushing further up the pitch. Nuno Mendes as well. It was much better. And this has got to be the frustrating thing for PSG supporters because it's got to be so annoying watching them play this slow, boring kind of football. And again, like I said, at halftime, underneath the stairs at the stadium, they were dying for someone like Kylian Mbappe to make those runs in behind, to make those defenders think a little bit more. Because with Messi, Di Maria, and Neymar out there, it was too easy for that Lille back line. But yeah, that was really fun. My first big club match in Europe. Well, I guess I did see Arsenal versus West Ham a few years ago as well that I shared on the channel. It was really enjoyable having the Ultras there, just like we're talking pyro, we're talking chants the entire time, noise the entire time. The difference between that and that Emirates match is just incredible. I mean, having an all-standing section, etc., it definitely does help. That was really fun. For my first big European club football match, I very much look forward to bringing you guys another one. I'm hoping I can make something happen in Amsterdam. We're going to be there in a few days. But prior to that, I have a video about someone who is currently employed by Ajax Amsterdam. So do stick around for that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching this. Something very different. I hope this was okay instead of the weekend recap today. But yeah, something different. Switch it up, Different experience for you guys and a different one for me as well. My name is Adrian. I love you and take care. Peace.